Hello, it's the Yuckster, coming to you with another video. So, picture this. You're in grand finals, and down 2 games. Your opponent is one more game away from taking the entire set and winning the tournament. You go back to character select screen to recompose yourself. Everyone is waiting, in anticipation and how you're going to adapt and take back the set. You think it over. Nod your head, and immediately pick your secret weapon.
The Phoenix! We're in America! The Phoenix! He's got the American!
As each year passes, competition in fighting games get more fierce. Whether it be a new region dominating the scene, younger generations proving their worth amongst the veterans, or established veterans going on a hot streak. And on top of that, with new game mechanics in these new fighting games that add volatility, there's not a lot of room for you to experiment. Because of that, most players tend to stick to one or possibly switch to a much higher tier character on the tier list. But these players here, when the chips are down and everything is on the line, they bank it all on their one trump card.
Like it's time to oil up.
At losers semifinals, we have Infiltration versus PR Balrog, 2 players renowned for their skills with Akuma and Balrog respectively. Now, despite being one of the best Akuma players in SF4, Infiltration is no stranger to being a multiple character specialist and using them when the situation calls for it. During Ultra Street Fighter 4, he would pull out such characters like Chun-Li, DeCapre, and even a Hugo. However, at EVO 2013, against PR Balrog, despite getting the first round, PR Balrog brought it back, getting the next 2 games. With momentum on his side, PR Balrog was looking to close out the game, eliminating Infiltration in 4th place and moving on to losers finals. So, it came to everyone's surprise when Infiltration went back to the character select screen and picked Hakan.
Crowd is getting a little too hyped for its own good. And they are good.
And now Infiltration is going to try to get PR Rog with some character unfamiliarity. Now,
Hakan historically has been a weak character in Street Fighter 4. This is due to his oil mechanic where he gets extra range on his normals, being able to drift more, his backdash becomes faster, and he has better overall damage. However, that is if you get oiled up in the first place. See, the oil mechanic dissipates over time, so you have to constantly reapply the oil throughout the match. Hakan is really a feast or famine character that if he can't get the oil on consistently, then he's stuck being probably one of the worst characters in the game, and you can just bully him to death. Thankfully in AE, Hakan did get a recent buff where he is able to start oiled up at the start of every round, but banking on that at your EVO run is quite the gamble. So, did that pocket character work out for Infiltration?
Oh, trying to bait it out. Whoa, crazy stuff from PR Balrog, gets away with it. Living to fight another day, but looking a little bit zany. Goes for the overhead great block. That could be it. That is it. Infiltration with Hakan knocking out PR Balrog.
In fact, it did work for Infiltration, and he would later move on to losers finals, loses to Tokido, ending his run at 3rd place. However, Infiltration wasn't the only player in that top 8 to pull off a surprise character pick. In fact, the next surprise character pick would come from the EVO champion himself from that year, Xian, at Capcom Cup 2014.
Namaste. I am sorry, but you must let me pass.
Known for his Gen and occasionally playing Poison in Ultra Street Fighter 4, Xian has always been a force to be reckoned with. But in round 2 of Capcom Cup 2014, he would have to face the beast himself, Daigo Umehara. But Xian picked a counter to Daigo's Evil Ryu, and a counter that Xian probably hasn't used in a long time.
You know, but in this matchup, he does well.
yes.
This is one of the matchups where it makes sense to pick Dhalsim.
And don't forget, and Daigo lost the Filipino champ
Exactly.
at EVO against Dhalsim, this exact same matchup.
So before he became known for using Gen, Shin did main Dhalsim during the early years of Street Fighter IV's lifespan. Dhalsim unfortunately just could not keep up with the power creep that went on in Ultra Street Fighter IV, from adding better characters that can lay him out more effectively than he can, like Decapre or Elena, offensive monsters running rampant like Yun and Seth, and of course the addition of Red Focus allowing every character to have higher damage potentials and combos. Dhalsim just couldn't survive in this type of environment. However, in this particular matchup, Dhalsim does fairly well. Now, there are some issues, of course. Evil Ryu having crazy combo damage just from a low forward fireball, and he has 2 bars of meter. He has a dive kick so that he can mess up the timing on Dhalsim's anti-airs, and of course closing the distance with air tatsus. Despite that, Dhalsim does deal with Evil Ryu's good fireball game, and because of his below average health, it requires less hits to beat him.
So good.
Like that EX fireball too. Oh yes, perfect. Okay, now very dangerous.
Daigo did not.
Oh, that I think that might work.
Oh, it's gonna get him. Yes, good damage there. Not quite dead yet.
One
but
more.
Just at a pixel. Oh, EX fireball couldn't quite get
One
under there.
more. Daigo trying to stay
There
away.
it is.
No!
It's Shin.
Though it was still a pretty close match, the counter pick did end up going into Shin's favor and allowing him to move on, going all the way to Grand Finals, where unfortunately he did lose to Momochi, who himself did have one of the most legendary runs at Capcom Cup 2014. But let's move on to a different game, and a game that people would definitely call this player the real-life Mokujin of Tekken.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New challenger.
Now, for those of you who just started watching competitive Tekken when Tekken 8 came out, you would know that at the start, Ni was really struggling to find a main to play. He would either switch off from either Dragunov to Fang Wei, until finally eventually finding Brian. But, did you know that this man in Tekken 7 would have an entire Rolodex of characters to pick for the right situation? He would play such characters like Steve, Paul, Devil Jin, Fang Wei, Kazuya, Brian. The list goes on and on with how many characters Ni would play. But probably his most surprising pick had to be at 2018 Tokyo Masters in Grand Finals, where he was going up against Kudan's Devil Jin from loser's side. Ni pulled out his secret weapon, Lily.
Oh my god, he picked Lily again. G-Corp helipad, boys.
No, you know,
Get hype!
Knee makes picks for a reason. We'll see why.
Now, he did show off Lily at the start of top 8 winner's side against Kudan's, but Kudan was able to win over Ni in that situation. But Ni in Grand Finals, utilizing a lot of Lily's strengths against Kudan's Devil Jin, using her amazing sidesteps to avoid such moves like Laser Scraper or Hell Sweep from Devil Jin.
Oh,
Vertical.
neutral. Optic. Oh my god. Counter hit. Follow up. He's going to get the wall as well.
Uh-huh. Hey.
Nice to
Cancel.
cancel. Oh, he's going to get this.
Oh yeah,
This is
Kudan.
looking really good.
This might even be a perfect to close it out.
The
Last
dominance.
chance. The perfect, and that is the way.
And in dominating fashion, Ni beat Kudan's 6-0 in Grand Finals. But this is just another Tuesday for Ni. I mean, you would always see this man just picking whatever kind of character he thinks is best for the situation. But now let's move forward in time and go into a more recent event that happened this year at CEO 2025, where this player, who was having an amazing dominant run, just had the bracket reset on him and he lost the first game. And if he lost 2 more games, he would have lost the entire tournament. And with all that on the line, he decided to pick one last character to save it all.
Sleep, repeat. Seriously, it's a good life. I'll pick up the check.
The seasoned veteran versus the rising star. NL being one of the best Kami players in Street Fighter V, showing how resilient he is throughout the years, and Lashar gaining attention, making out of the pool of death at Capcom Cup 2023. So when these two generations collide at CEO 2025, it looked like Lashar had this tournament in the bag, dominating NL in winners finals with a swift 3-0 victory with Mai. Now having to fight NL again, it felt as if things were going to go his way and it was going to be another 3-0 sweep from Lashar. However, NL had other things in store.
Oh my God, that goes through. Yes! Is that enough? Is he dead?
Oh no, but he puts him in the burnout though. He's gonna have to take this. Oh, wake up. No, he mistimed it.
He mistimed it, but the thing is, how do you stop this? That's guaranteed?
Damn.
Oh my God!
After resetting the bracket and rather convincingly taking the first set against Lashar's mind, he made the switch to Ed, the character that won him Combo Breaker recently against Itabashi's Zangief. But NL immediately shut that down. Now NL having all of the momentum on his side, taking 3 games straight from Lashar, he had to pull out his last-ditch effort and pick the character that he thinks would save his entire Grand Finals run, Terry Bogard.
Thinking about it, that's what I'm saying.
Let's go, Terry.
He kind of had, but the thing is, if he picks Terry, he's locked in. He has to win 3 straight.
Let's go. Are you okay? Basta! Let's get it popping, baby. We're going to the SMK side.
Lashar pulled out his trump card, taking advantage of the recent buffs that Terry received at the Elena patch, and was able to close out the set, winning back-to-back SF6 majors.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Back to back to back. From Combo Breaker all the way to CEO. You're champ.
Now, I did want to end this video on a funny note, and so we're gonna go to another tournament where the stakes are much lower, but still, it is something that we should mention, as this is coming from one of the most legendary figures in the FGC.
Dan Hibiki, back after the ultimate improvement.
So we're gonna end it on this last tournament here that happened in Canada. It's called Marvel Madness, and it was Justin Wong versus Air in Grand Finals. Justin Wong, of course, being a very legendary fighting game player, but we also have to recognize Air, who was a very good Street Fighter player from Canada. So in Grand Finals, Justin decided to just kind of flex his fighting game prowess, and he decided to pick a joke character, Dan. Now, Dan, he wasn't that great. I mean, you could probably find worse characters in that version of the game, but Dan was pretty down there. He, I guess, had some unique strengths, like he could super taunt cancel into his Ultra, but overall, using this character in Grand Finals to win, that's a tall order. But this is Justin Wong we're talking about, and he has the Wong factor on his side.
Yeah. Oh, he tried to ultra and it didn't come out properly. I told you, low forward, tie in the suit ultra.
So he did take the first 2 matches. Eventually, Justin did lose to Air, but it's still, impressive enough that he used Dan and beat Dan using whatever tools that he had at his disposal against Ryu. But that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this little short video of players picking some surprise characters. I do understand that this is very much Street Fighter focused, so I do apologize for that, but please tell me in the comments below what surprise characters from different fighting games that you remember and that surprised you a lot. I'm always willing to learn and, know all these sort of surprise picks from all these different fighting games. But that's just been the Yuckster, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video.